Hey guys, and welcome back to the channel. I'm Zemo, the Dad in DPS, and we are back once again with another video. Now, today's video is a little bit of a departure from my usual videos, and something I wanted to try, and a theory I wanted to explore. But before we get into it, don't forget to leave a like, a comment, and subscribe, especially if you want to see more stuff like this from me in the future. So today's video is in relation to the automation of Appalachia, and how it's led to the ability to launch unlimited nukes. Now, if you don't know what I mean, every time you launch a nuclear weapon from the free silos that are located in Appalachia, there is a 2-hour wait, and it says that there is a reconstruction process, which means there isn't actually millions of nukes just sitting waiting to be launched. They actually need to be built. And the problem with that being is, what are they being built from? Surely there isn't unlimited resources sitting in these nuke silos. And I believe the game actually gives you a clear-cut reason and explanation as to how we actually can launch these nukes. Now, just to go into a little bit of the lore and a little bit of things, there is a specific thing called Measure 6 that happened prior to the bombs dropping. And what this allowed the government of Appalachia to do was to essentially replace jobs in the government and the structure of Appalachia with robots. Things that didn't need direct human contact could be done by robots. And you have to remember that the government of Appalachia was in fact the Enclave, or at least very much ran by the Enclave, which again is in relation to the military and in relation to nuclear weapons, because you need to go through the Enclave questline in order to get an even remote chance of launching nukes in Appalachia. Now, on top of this, there is, with Bill 6, the automation of Appalachia in terms of government, but the Hornwright estate and the Hornwright company in general were heavily involved with this as well. And if they were heavily involved in backing the bill, they were also heavily involved with funding the Enclave and towards this bill, which as a result allowed them to automate their entire operation, which, as you can see in the ash heap, there's a lot of things about the jobs being stolen from the miners and replaced by auto miners and robots. It's the reason the mole miners exist. They attack certain events in certain locations because they lost their jobs, and after the nukes happened, they mutated into mole miners and became what they are. So certain events, such as uranium fever, have mole miners attacking them. Now, when you think of uranium fever, it's just an event where you defend free extractors. It's a very key thing. Free extractors. Each one has been designated Alpha, Bravo, and Charlie. The same designation that is given to the free silos. Now, as far as I'm aware, there's nothing else in Appalachia that takes this designation other than maybe something to do with the Brotherhood. But I think that's less of a coincidence and more just, military talk. Now, you've got Alpha, Bravo, and Charlie silos, Alpha, Bravo, and Charlie extractors. And during this event, the mole miners are attacking the extractors. You defeat the mole miners, and this robot voice, the same robot voice that can be heard in the nuke silos.
Detecting terminated management personnel. Security incident in the residential sector.
Is talking about sufficient uranium extracted. Where's this uranium going? Is it just going and getting dumped somewhere? No. It is in fact going to each one of the silos. Extractor Alpha supplies Silo Alpha, Extractor Bravo supplies Silo Bravo, and so on and so forth. On top of that, we also have another event. Now, this event is load bearing. We have auto miners in this event, and as you complete this event and take part in it, you gain, I forget, tokens that you can trade for stuff. But you don't outright just get the resources from the auto miners. So where do the resources that they mine go? Again, I believe firmly that these resources are then distributed and transported to the silos themselves. And this would explain the reconstruction process. The uranium is needed to actually create some sort of warhead, and then the auto miners mine the raw materials such as steel, aluminium, copper, in order to construct the missiles themselves. And I think this was the Enclave's plan, that after Appalachia was no doubt rendered useless above ground and they had to sit inside their bunker, they would be able to continually create a war against China and take out the threat and be able to continually nuke them whilst sitting safe in their bunkers. Eventually their enemy would run out of automation processes, or would run out of, you know, the hardware to fight them, and they could just, after several hours, just continually bombard them with nuclear weapons, and or, you know, construct more robots, all that kind of thing. It's why I firmly believe the Enclave was behind the automation of Appalachia, in order to cement their power and create a system in which they could continue to do things without the rest of the population of Appalachia. That may very much be just a theory, however, but I believe there's enough evidence and enough things in the game that show you the Enclave was behind every part of automation, which would then allow them to launch nukes for infinity. So it never made sense to me. It honestly never made sense to me. How can we keep launching these nukes? And you can argue, yeah, it's not canon. But I definitely think the evidence is there that the reason we can launch these nukes is the robots were the whole point of it all along. They are supplying those silos with the resources, and we are helping them if we defend those events. But yeah, it's just a theory. If you guys enjoyed it, you know what to do, and we'll catch you next time in the Wasteland. So that was today's video, guys. I hope you enjoyed it. If you did, don't forget to leave a like, comment and subscribe. If you'd like to support the channel further, you can buy our merchandise, as you can see on the screen, at the Teespring link down below, as well as our super thanks button on all of our videos. On top of that, we also have our Ko-fi QR code on screen, and you can become a channel member. And on the note of the members, let's thank them.